Hello, I'm Michael and I'm a librarian at the North Vancouver City Library. Today I'm talking about a strikingly original nonfiction book called A Fair Country, Telling Truths About Canada by the political philosopher John Ralston Saul. Here, Saul attempts nothing less than the reformulating of Canada's founding myths. I think it's fair to say that for most Canadians, Canada is a former colony that negotiated its independence but maintained ties with the British Empire. We adopted the democratic traditions and then we carved our own paths. Saul explodes this tidy summation. In part 1 of his book, he describes what life must have been like for the poor, ill-educated, and ill-equipped European population who came to this vast, wild, and untamed country. Without the kind good graces of the indigenous population, few would have survived. Saul identifies some indigenous attitudes, things like welcoming the newcomer, doing minimal harm, widening the circle, and being comfortable with the complexity required to live with people of differing origins and attitudes. Saul describes these as the founding influences on the construction of Canada. And it's hard to argue with this. Multiculturalism is a current articulation of this reality. As immigrants flood into the country now, most Canadians welcome them, welcome their new energy, their contributions. We widen the circle, as the original indigenous population taught us. It's a fascinating reframing, and it restores the indigenous influence to its central and honored place in the construction of the modern state. Saul goes on to describe the surge of pro-British immigration that followed Confederation. These people were not interested in this complex, murky past. And their colonial and racist attitudes continue to influence the country and how it sees itself even to this day. This part of the book is a bit of a rant. Nevertheless, this is a fascinating and vigorous read, and it's highly recommended for all Canadians. So check out A Fair Country today at the North Vancouver City Library.